So is this really Taylor Swift's wedding venue, or is everybody just falling for the world's biggest decoy?
I don't know that anybody's ever done it, so she'd be the first one.
I was actually at the Eras Tour concert where her and Travis met, so I just think it's really special.
If you happen to be getting married at Madison Square Garden, you will be staying inside and you will be staying cool.
Nothing has been confirmed, but speculation has gone into overdrive.
It's the love story that has everyone talking. Pop icon Taylor Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce got engaged last summer in the backyard of his Kansas City home. And since then, fans have been desperate to find out everything they can about the wedding. When, where, how much will it cost, who is invited and what will Taylor wear? Over the next 10 minutes, we'll bring you everything we know and don't know about the wedding of Taylor and Travis. First, let's be clear, there is a lot we don't know. First then, the where. There are a lot of hints and clues driving speculation, all focused on one venue, Madison Square Garden. It's one of the most iconic venues in America. New York City's 22,000-seat arena is typically used for large concerts and home to the New York Knicks basketball team. So why do people think there's going to be a wedding there? Our reporter Sakshi Venkatraman can explain.
I'm at New York's Madison Square Garden, where rumors say that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce could be getting married. Nothing has been confirmed, but speculation has gone into overdrive after city officials said someone applied to close the roads around the arena from 2nd to 4th July. The New York Times also reports that several Kansas City Chiefs players have booked hotels around the arena, and the Amtrak police have been informed to prepare for a Swift wedding in the upcoming holiday weekend.
With the event likely to draw crowds of fans known as Swifties, the authorities have had to be involved in planning. Take a listen to the New York Police Department and the Mayor of New York.
In a briefing about major events happening this weekend in New York City, I would be remiss not to mention an event that we are tracking at Madison Square Garden on Friday night. The NYPD will, of course, have a detail in place.
My recommendation to all New Yorkers is to stay inside and stay cool. And if you happen to be getting married at Madison Square Garden, you will be staying inside and you will be staying cool. And I think it's a good example to set for the city at large.
Well, our correspondent Neda Tawfik is outside Madison Square Garden for us. Hi, Neda. So are all signs pointing to it happening on Friday night in that stadium behind you?
I can tell you we're already seeing a police presence. I passed numerous police who were already kind of getting ready for roadblocks. You see these barricades out behind me. 31st Street is where there is a VIP entrance, and that's where we believe guests will ultimately kind of get out their cars and go into the space. There's also a tent that's being erected on that street for guests. So you can imagine just how much attention there is on this area. We have seen things with workers having Taylor Swift on their polos. We have seen deliveries that show lobster being delivered, as well as sets that say garden party with some trees and rumors of a castle being erected inside. All signs pointing to it happening, Anita, and we'll find out soon because there's supposed to be a rehearsal dinner tonight at 6 p.m.
Yes, so Neda, that's all the intel from outside and inside. This must all be very expensive. Any ideas on cost?
Well, look, we know that they got a permit to close down certain streets, which is very normal, a permit from the mayor's office. And with that, that'll kind of pay for around 30 police officers just on that permit, I'm told. Of course, they will need more than 100 more police officers alongside that permit to help kind of secure the area and the event. Madison Square Garden itself will take care of the security inside and the building. So we've already had some New York lawmakers suggesting that it will be something that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift should pay for, that it could be up to $65,000 a day in security costs. But again, none of that confirmed, just kind of looking at how much those sorts of things would cost in New York. But, it was interesting to see that Taylor Swift's publicist put out a note talking about the tens of millions they've donated to charities, including in New York City, ahead of this wedding. So clearly trying to get ahead of that narrative. And of course, she has more than enough money to pay for any costs needed to make sure that this is the wedding of her dreams.
So the next question is it the right place? Can a stadium really be turned into a wedding venue? Here's what some fans think.
I mean, it's definitely a one-of-a-kind sort of thing. I don't know that anybody's ever done it, so she'd be the first one. But I guess it makes sense, but I just don't think it's typical of her, but I'm sure it'll be gorgeous and beautiful.
It's a little unlike her just because it's like, I can't imagine a wedding in like an enclosed like arena, but I feel like she could still make it beautiful.
Like it's like more privacy, like people can't see in, and like it'll be easier to like get in and out because they have like tunnels.
I thought she'd be more of like a natural sunlight girly, you know, somewhere far away in Europe.
So who's on the guest list? The short answer is we don't know, but there's sure to be a long list of celebs and sports stars in attendance. During her press tour for her latest album, Taylor Swift issued some very public invites. TV presenter Graham Norton and Greg James, host of The Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 1.
Way that he's going to do that as soon as he sees you at our wedding is like, that's going to happen. Like, he's just going to...
Whoa.
Oh, did I?
Am I coming?
Obviously.
And Graham Norton's been spotted landing at New York's JFK airport. So has the actress and producer Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So, Neda, we may have some BBC representation in the room. I know I haven't got an invite, unfortunately. Maybe you do. Who else is rumoured to be in attendance?
Yeah, Anita, I'm going to be here on the sidewalk, so I'm right with you there on no invite. And Graham Norton, you know, we remember that when Taylor Swift was on his show, she joked that he would know about when the wedding is because he would be invited. And she even made a comment that she's not going to be angsting about a small wedding, that she's going to make it big so she can invite, quote, everybody she knows. So that certainly fits the bill of having it in a massive stadium like Madison Square Garden. But, you know, others rumored to be here are, of course, Ed Sheeran, a close friend, someone she's had duets in the past. There's also been sightings of Sabrina Carpenter around New York City, along with some of Travis Kelce's, former teammates. Of course, a big football star there for Kansas City, OKC, and they were spotted at a nearby hotel. So along with close family and friends, this is really expected to really tie the worlds of entertainment and sport together.
And of course, we have to talk about the dress. We don't know what it will look like, but we do know it will inspire a lot of future Swiftie brides. Here's Sarah Chappell, author of Taylor Swift Style, Fashion Through the Eras, to explain.
The striped Ralph Lauren dress that Taylor wore in the engagement photos that she and Travis posted last summer spawned a number of lookalikes across budget retailers to fill demand. Her engagement ring has created huge interest in old mine diamonds and antique cushion cuts, which I think have, really usurped the long-standing oval cut, which Hailey Bieber has certainly popularized there. So her wedding dress is going to carry the same effect, if not greater.
And fans are clearly excited about the next chapter in this love story, but not all of you will have followed every twist and turn of their relationship as closely as all the Swifties. Someone who has, however, is Mark Savage, our music correspondent. Mark, recap their love story so far for us.
Well, this all started in about July 2023. Travis Kelce went to see Taylor Swift's Eras show in America, and he brought with him a friendship bracelet. All of the fans were trading these bracelets on the floor of the show and getting to know each other. He made one for Taylor Swift with his phone number on it and tried to give it to her backstage, but he was told that she doesn't speak to people before or after the show because she has to protect her voice. She was performing more than 40 songs a night. So he went onto his podcast with his brother Jason, also an NFL player, a couple of weeks later and told that story. Word got through to Taylor Swift and people said, maybe you guys should meet up. And that's how it all started. They met behind closed doors a couple of times before going public. At one of Travis's games, Taylor turned up in the players' suite, stood next to Travis's mum as he beat the Chicago Bears. And that was the moment where they came out as a public couple, which was quite a big surprise for Taylor's fans because in the past she's always been very circumspect about her relationships. Although she's written songs we think about people like Jake Gyllenhaal and Harry Styles, who she dated in the past, she's never ever given away that those songs are specifically about those people. So to be seen in public and to then attend several matches together, she would run onto the pitch and hug him after a game. She was at the Super Bowl in '24 when the Kansas Chiefs won. That was a big shift in the way that Taylor Swift approached her relationships in the public sphere. And over the last year and a half, 2 years almost now, that romance has blossomed. She has written songs about him. She's acknowledged him as the subject of songs, everything from Wish List, where she talks about having a driveway with a basketball hoop and settling down for life, to another song called Wood, which is a bit more X-rated about what happens in the bedroom. It has been a very public romance for a star that is known for being more private.
Thanks, Mark. And that is all you need to know about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's rumoured wedding at Madison Square Garden.